you believe it or not, my first boyfriend not in my house. Yes, you know why? Because I was of age, so they encouraged me to sit down. Nobody questioned me. My stepmother said, bring him in. Mobile phone, the latest hairstyle. What is all that? The Minister of Social Welfare, I want to thank her very much. The only thing she's drawn my attention to is that I can also wear a suit and I'll look good because I like this. So many people have made mention of how the lives of our girls are being destroyed. I went to a safe home in Bo, and I've never forgotten what I saw. I went to an orphanage last night, and I know what I saw. Leave our girls alone. Let them be the girls that they should be. And girls, I repeat, respect yourselves. Add value to your lives, and the sky will be your limit. When I later realized that Mr. Americano could not even speak English, then he was there having all these guys with his fake life. I'll give you mobile, I'll give you. Honestly, I wanted to jump and give him one on his head. Forgetting that it was just a play. You should be known for achieving good things. Save the children. Thank you for that. I so agree with that. Be known for achieving good things. You feel good about yourself. How long do you want to be in class and you are the one who is always taking the last position? How many times do you want to be kicked out of school because you haven't done your homework? The time you should spend doing your assignments is the time you spend looking for somebody who is going to give you iPhone 8 for what? The mobile phone just there for receive call. That's what, to me, that's what it is for. You receive call and you make calls. Why do you waste your time? Take advantage of what you have. Take advantage. Mr. Tutange said, the girls are brighter than the men. Did you just see what I did? I cajoled my elder brother, my mentor, our Minister of Education, to bid, and I went higher. I should have said, a woman, a girl, and he's going to pay the money. Even if we had gone to 5 million, he would pay. So, I can do that because I have a relationship with the Minister of Education. If I was in that, my village go for them, I will not have that opportunity to come and put my hand over 4 million that I don't even know where I'm going to get it from. Because I know I have a brother. Mr. Americano, are you in this room? We say amen again. Yeah. Girls are going to rule the world. And we already rule the world. As a minister, because of the numerous gender inequality faced by our girls throughout the country, especially in relation to access to education, nutrition, legal rights, job opportunities, medical care, and protection from discrimination, violence, teenage pregnancy, child marriage, to name but these few. The celebration of this day will also help us to reflect on the various strides that we have made as a country in promoting girls, and how far the policies, legislations, campaigns, sensitizations, etc. have benefited our girls. I count myself very, very lucky to be the Minister of Social Welfare, not because I'm beautiful, not because I have the best education. I'm very lucky because we have a president who believes that we should educate our nation. And I have a first lady who is so committed in changing the lives of our girls. I was in New York for about 2 weeks with Mrs. Bill, and I tell you, every time I spoke to that woman, if we are talking about England or Ashobi or something different, she will find a way to bring in child marriage, fistula, sexual penetration. And I like that. So, if we have these people so committed in changing our lives, why can't we also? But then we need to educate our girls of what the right thing is. The theme for this year's celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child is "With Her, a Skilled Girl Force." You may agree with me that this theme strongly resonates with the free education agenda of His Excellency, our President, the retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. The free education agenda of His Excellency has not only prioritized quality free education for all children, but has also diversified education to include the acquisition of skills and practical training for the empowerment of children, especially our girls. I mentioned that before. Not to all men you get PhD. You get the basic education. You are a hairdresser. You need to know how to balance your books. You are doing catering. You need to know how to measure. Then you'll be the best. I tell my children it is crowded at the bottom. It is so crowded at the bottom that it is high time we all find our place, at least in the middle. It's a pity that most of our educated brothers and sisters are out there selling. I have a young girl that came to my office one day, and the way she spoke, I asked, "Have you been to England before?" Because she had the English accent, and she said no. "Why aren't you going to school?" She said, "Because my parents cannot afford my school fees." She sells cake through the internet. A friend from the Ministry of Health here introduced me to her. She sent her to me. And you know what? Since that day, that was before this free education started. Now she's going to school free. But then I offered to just pay lesson fees for her until September, when she can go to school free. That's what you should be doing. You don't need, just wait. A beautiful, beautiful girl selling cake, fish pies. You know what's happening along the beach? Because you want the latest mobile phone. You know, it's so painful. I will go on and on and on and on. Because for me, the girls are on top of my list. There is a saying that if you educate a man, you have educated an individual. But if you educate a woman, you have educated the entire nation. And at the same time, it is often said that if you want something to be said, call a man. But if you want something to be done, call a woman. There are a number of policies and laws. What we should do, because I've had, whilst I listened, so many requests about, oh, we should have a law for this way. They are there. We need to enforce them. Of course, we need to make new ones, particularly for those that rape our girls or our women. The laws are there, but then we need to make sure that these laws are enforced. I follow any rape case If na bike I take, I jump on top to make sure that you go down. The free and quality education is a major achievement of this government. And social welfare is ready to work with education to make sure that our girls go to school. I'm so happy that since I came back from New York, I've had no complaint of, oh, I went to this school and I was asked to pay. Because my brother there really taught some principles, some lessons to say you go to jail because you asked for money. And 3 of them went to jail, were locked up, and I think that sent a very strong message. It's free. Take advantage of it. If we empower our girls, we are sure of the future engineers. Did you see that one that got the scholarship to the US? Yes. From a local garage, went to the US, came back as an engineer. It's possible. We will not only have engineers, we'll have doctors, lawyers, nurses, architects, mayors, permanent secretaries, pilots, civil servants, teachers, etc. The one belief I have is everything is possible. Somebody called me when I was appointed as Minister of Social Welfare. That ministry there, big go. I said the one that will be there, will be don't be minister. I can't. I am therefore calling on everyone here today to support our girls with quality education and skills that will make them productive citizens. I also strongly want everyone to desist from doing acts that have the tendency to limit or destroy the lives, abilities, and potentials of our girls in this country. It's a very strong warning. Let me conclude by expressing my sincere thanks to Child Protection Partners, the Minister of Education, my abled staff from the Ministry of Social Welfare, and all the staff from the Ministry of Education for a successful celebration and implementation of this day. And it's a very big bravo. Bravo to girls! Thank you.
Bravo to young girls. It has been such a great moment when the woman herself speaks. You see empowerment, you see the future in everything she says. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Social Welfare. To the moment we've all been waiting for, we will now go straight to the keynote address, which will be given to us by the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education. Madam Minister, you have the podium.
I worship the mayor, all present, girls, I greet you all. As the minister for today, with my co-able assistant, we are here today to give you our message from the ministry. For that, I will let my assistant start, and I will come in later. Thank you.
Madam Chairperson, I worship the Mayor of Freetown Municipality, colleague ministers of government, distinguished personalities, good afternoon all. This morning, my office, with my staff at the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, I saw fine ladies who entered my office, led by the distinguished personality who presented a statement here in this gathering on behalf of, is it Plan? That today I was not going to be the Minister for Basic and Senior Secondary Education, but my own sister, Khadija Barry. Of course, yes, I had to accept because I was given prior information, and I informed His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, that today the only title I'll be having is that of Acting Foreign Minister, which, thank God, I'm having today. But for the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, we started by introducing her to my personal secretary. And fortunately for us, we had the opportunity of hosting one of very key non-governmental organizations in Sierra Leone, that is the Child Fund. And they had the opportunity of explaining their programs to the Honorable Minister, to which she responded appropriately. Prior to our departure from the ministry, she asked that she wanted to talk to me privately, and I had to request the honor of all of those that escorted her, including members of the press, for me to allow her to speak to me. She took about 15 minutes to address me on issues. 50% of them were very personal, but had to do with. After that, to know that we have to redouble our efforts. I almost came to the conclusion that as elders, we have failed them. As a minister for basic and senior secondary education for the past 6 months, the number of international non-governmental organizations, including local organizations, plus government intervention, you look at a colossal amount of money, resources spent to government endeavors, then you come to realize that we have to do more to help salvage our youth, particularly the girls. We have to sing praises to His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, and the new direction for taking the bold step to introduce the free quality school education program. That is a very gigantic step, which I think every Sierra Leonean, both local and in the diaspora, must put hands together to ensure it succeeds. Because a greater part of what she told me has to do with the challenges that they face for them to be able to come up to be responsible citizens. So we have a responsibility to make sure we positively respond to their needs. Today, I'm just giving some of the positive aspects that I see in this particular program. I had the opportunity of serving as a minister in the late President Ahmad Chijan Kaba's government. And we had the likes of Dr. Kadi Sise, the late Charlie Bujama, Madam Abato Thomas, and Madam Tilo Luis. About 4 of them. And this women's forum kept asking that they needed more women in government. And Pakaba told me, he said, Timbo, with these 4 in cabinet, we know you will control them. They want us to make them 6. We would hear them. But at least let us maintain the ones that we have for now. And it has happened in this government. We have the likes of Madam Memunatu Pratt, Madam Tunis, the Attorney General, Mrs. Swart, and herself, Bendu Dasama. You know, the president used to say, after every issue that is being raised, he said, another teacher, another teacher, another teacher, because they speak too much. But the good thing is that it gives us hope that women can do it. And that is why you need to celebrate. It has been challenging, but there is ample evidence to show that you should celebrate. And you, the girls, you have to make effective use of the opportunity that you have. For us as a ministry, I was pushed by my staff. Hey, you have to come, you have to come. Today I should be leading the presentation in cabinet 10 to 2. And I wanted my deputy to come here. And they said, no, you have to come here. So that is why I'm here, so that I will not be lynched by Madam Kone and others. So this is to give you support. And when I asked them, who should make the keynote speech today? He said, I should make it. I said, well, then we are defeating the purpose of the celebration. But to my mind, I reflected the reason why they still insisted that I should make a statement. And that is simple. For us to register government's commitment in ensuring that the hopes and aspirations of our children, we have to ensure we formulate policies, and not only policies, we have to take deliberate steps to ensure we come out from the conferences in our various hotels to make sure that we translate visions to reality. And I think that should be our responsibility. And that commitment I want to register on behalf of His Excellency, the President, retired Brigadier Julius Mother Bio, that we are committed in ensuring that the aspirations of our young girls is realized. As a way forward, I know the theme for this year's celebrations, you talk about the skilled girl force. When you talk about skilled girl force, nothing comes to perspective except education, education, education. So I'm not surprised from the various speakers, including the interventions that are made by the various artists here this morning. Everything sounds education, education, and that is the key to your personal development, our community development, and national development. As a way forward, as a minister, what I will only emphasize here is coordination. We have to effectively collaborate with the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, our development partners, both local and international non-governmental organizations, as well as key stakeholders who have demonstrated commitment in ensuring that we lift the image of our girls. So with these remarks, I want to again take the opportunity to thank the organizers of this particular event and to say we are with you in ensuring that the recommendations that are being made and the statement delivered by our own sister there on behalf of the mothers, we definitely going to take serious look into those recommendations. Hand over to the Minister, Basic and Senior Secondary Education, to also do her own. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much. You've heard from Mr. Alpha Timo. Now I would like to talk about the asset of this country. This is a word that I like to use because if you're talking about the assets, you cannot think about only gold, diamonds. No, you also think about us, the children, and especially girls. Remember, there's a saying that says, if you educate a girl, you've educated a nation. And if you want to see a better man, you've got to know there is a woman behind him. Remember, women can do it. And it is a girl that turns to a woman. You cannot just be a woman, but you be a girl first. We got challenges that we face. And those challenges must and should be addressed if we want to see Sierra Leone as a developed country. Yes, I'm really happy, and I know everyone in the country is happy. And we thank the new direction that we have now free and quality education, but there's a lot more to do. There is a lot more to do. I repeat, there is a lot more to do. Education is not only about sitting in class, studying, graduate and go to the office. No. Remember, we've got different things that we want to do in life. There are others that might want to be a musician. I admire that girl, the little girl that performed the last one. She's doing something that she loves. Everyone wants to be like her. Be who you want to be. Look, be educated. That I can emphasize. In my secondary life, I've become a minister of education, and I've always loved telling my pupils that if you want to be something, you've got to be educated. Education is the backbone of every developed country. It is the backbone. And if we are educated them, we educate them in every aspect. We let them have skills. Let's look at the theme with her, a skilled girl first. We can take this and link it to the SDG 5 and SDG 8. SDG 8 says by 2030 in Sierra Leone, we should achieve a decent work and economic growth. SDG 5 says gender equality, but if we are pushing the girls behind, remember by 2030, I might be a woman at that time. If you are pushing us behind, how can you achieve these two SDGs? Tell us, how are you going to respond to them as elders of this nation? And yes, girls, we shouldn't give up. Hamaya the worship, I've seen her story when I attended a program. She was laughed, mocked. You're ugly, you're like a man. Come on, take a look at her now. Is she like a man? Is she ugly? And those that were mocking her, where are they? Where are they today? They are nowhere to be seen. They are ashamed, in fact, to come and stand in front of her. And now if you want to see her, you book appointment. Don't you want to have something like that? No matter what you face in life, remember, you've got to be yourself and smile. Be yourself and smile. Never give up. There are hurdles in the way. I will not promise you that there are no hurdles. There are. And in fact, the worst there are, maybe, in fact, your own family will abandon you. They would see as nothing. But that shouldn't stop you because you have a goal. You want them someday to book appointment to see you. You want them someday to come and beg you for something. So remember, you've got to say, okay, this, I will revenge on education. Be educated. Be a skillful girl. Be a woman that can help. Give back to the community. And remember to do those things that can make another person smile. And now as a minister, I'll tell you that as a minister, I also went through a lot before assuming this office. I had colleagues that we were all going to school together, more brilliant than me, more prettier than me, and others there that are more brilliant than them, but they were hardworking. But today, because they faced child marriage, teenage pregnancy, because they lacked support from families, they lacked support from the community, they were discriminated, because they were disabled, they cannot achieve it. Today, they are nowhere. If I see them, in fact, they are ashamed to see me. Or I am. Why? Because if I see them and remember our past, I'll be like, wow, God, why? You know, I remember that song that the first four ladies sang. Lord, I want to go back to heaven. And that is something that I always sing in my heart and cry. I like crying, I can say. That is the only way I can remove my pain out. I cry a lot and say, Lord, why is this happening to me? And why is it happening to other girls? Why? If it is happening to me, I know it is happening to more than I cannot count. 0.17% are the only women that are being paid, are in the payroll. Those are the educated. Those are the only ones that statistics could hold on to. Those are the only ones. What about those that didn't come out? Do you know them? Those that are laboring without wage. They are being paid. Or others that are being sexually exploited. Have you thought about things like this? You think and you see policies will make them. I will tell you that this time when we are making policies, will involve you that are suffering it. You that knows the pain. We'll make sure we call on to those community leaders. Those people that knows that it is wrong, yet they are doing it. We give them a warning. Like the warning our Madam Minister says, I will give also a warning. Stop doing harm to our girls. They've got to achieve it. We want our country to be counted one day as one of the best countries in the world. Thank you very much for the advice.
The final appeal. Final appeal is we want to encourage women to support their colleagues. Politically, women should not wait for appointments only. They have to go for elective positions. The experience over the years is women are very reluctant to support effectively their colleagues. So, an appeal to all of you to make sure when you experience a situation where one of you is bold enough to aspire for a position that she believes she can deliver, I would like to encourage you on behalf of the President to go for that position and for you to support your colleagues. That is the last message I will leave with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister and your deputy. You did very, very well. Can we give them a round of applause? And I think the minister today needs a standing innovation. You will agree with me that we should let her have a standing innovation, please. Thank you very much. You did well, thank you. We're looking forward to see you go through the education approach. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can be seated. Now we'll have the vote of thanks. Time is far gone. By a pupil or a student, Victoria White Kanu, for the vote of thanks.
Thank God for making us to see this day. This is such an overwhelming experience to be part of this memorable